Hello, everyone. I want to welcome you to the very first episode of Enchanted Echoes, where curiosity meets the mystical and where wisdom from ages past finds new life. I am your host, Reverend Dr. Jacque, and together we'll embark on a journey into the heart of hidden knowledge and spiritual awakening, hidden truths, and ancient wisdom. In Enchanted Echoes, we delve deep into the mystical, the magical, and the occult. And I'm honored to guide you on this journey through the esoteric realms that lie beyond the veil of everyday reality. In this opening episode, we'll lay the foundation of our exploration into the occult, uncovering the origins, myths, and meanings behind some of the most powerful symbols and practices known to seekers across time. This episode will guide you through the whispers of ancient lore, the pulse of natural forces, and the secrets that live within us all. So, prepare to step beyond the ordinary into a world of enchantment and insight. Again, I want to welcome you to Enchanted Echoes. Let the journey begin. Here's a bit of info about the podcast from me. As the host of Enchanted Echoes, I want to emphasize the importance of open mindedness and mutual respect in our exploration of the occult. While Bobby Hemmett and Aleister Crowley are personal favorites who have profoundly influenced my journey, I recognize that each of us has a unique path to walk. Our perspectives may differ, and that's not only acceptable but essential for a rich, diverse understanding of esoteric knowledge. In the spirit of ancient wisdom, I draw inspiration from the Kemetic principle of know thyself. This ancient dictum from the temples of Kemet or Egypt underscores the importance of self awareness and inner exploration. For the ancient Egyptians, know thyself was a cornerstone of spiritual and intellectual pursuit, guiding initiates to understand their divine essence and their place in the cosmos. This principle is crucial to occult research and study. It encourages us to delve deeply into our own consciousness, uncover our true will, and embrace our unique spiritual path. By knowing ourselves, we can better understand the world around us and navigate the complexities of esoteric knowledge with clarity and purpose. As we journey together through the realms of occultism, let us honor the diversity of our experiences and insights. I invite you to share your thoughts and listen to others with an open heart and mind. Just as the ancient seekers of Kemet pursued knowledge and wisdom with reverence and curiosity, so too can we embrace our differences and learn from one another. In this shared pursuit of enlightenment, let us remember that we are all students and teachers. Our paths may cross, and though they may diverge, they all lead us toward greater understanding and spiritual fulfillment. Together, let us cultivate a community of respect, openness, and a profound commitment to knowing ourselves and each other. In the spirit of respect, let's reflect on the ancient wisdom of Kemet, specifically the maxim, know thyself. This profound teaching from the Temple of Luxor encourages self awareness and personal introspection. In the context of occult research and study, knowing oneself is foundational. It allows us to approach esoteric knowledge with clarity, integrity, and a deep sense of purpose. Understanding our own strengths, weaknesses, and motivations not only enhances our spiritual practices, but also fosters a greater appreciation for the diverse paths others walk. Know thyself. is not merely an ancient aphorism, but a guiding principle that reminds us of the importance of inner reflection in our quest for knowledge. As we continue our exploration of the occult, let us embrace these principles, honoring our unique journeys and the wisdom we each bring to this shared mystical quest. Together, we can create a space where all voices are heard and all paths are respected, allowing the echoes of the enchanted world to resonate within us all. Segment 1: Introduction, Mystical Gateway. Here are some resources for our journey. Throughout our journey together, we'll draw from a rich tapestry of resources, including ancient texts, contemporary writings, and personal experiences. Here are a few key resources that will guide us: the Egyptian Book of the Dead, a collection of ancient spells and incantations for navigating the afterlife; the Greek Magical Papyri, a compilation of magical spells, formulas, and rituals from Greco Roman Egypt; the Sefer Yetzirah, an ancient Kabbalistic text exploring the creation of the universe through the manipulation of letters and sounds; the Book of Thoth by Aleister Crowley, a comprehensive guide to the tarot and its esoteric symbolism; and lectures and writings by Bobby Hemmett, insights into the intersection of African spirituality and Western esoteric traditions. Here's an outline for the 20 episodes. So let's take this glimpse into the journey that we'll be embarking on over the next 20 episodes. And I'm just doing 20 now, but this show, Enchanted Echoes, is ongoing. So there will definitely be more than 20 episodes, but the first 8 episodes will cover the foundations of occultism. It's an introduction to occultism, its history, and its significance. Episode 2 is all about understanding symbols in the occult, the power of symbols in the occult. And episode 3, Legends of the Occult, with Bobby Hemmett and Aleister Crowley. This is going to be an in depth exploration of two of the most influential modern occultists and their legacies. Episode 4 is all about the mystical tapestry. This is where we'll be delving into magic, spell casting, and the occult, the origins, practices, and integration of magic in everyday life. Episode 5 is about the ancient wisdom of Kemet. In this episode, we'll be exploring the spiritual and magical practices of ancient Egypt. And episode 6 is about the Hermetic tradition. This is where we will get an introduction to Hermeticism and its impact on Western esotericism. And episode 7 is about alchemy, the quest for transformation. It's going to take us into the history, the principles, and the practices of alchemy. Episode 8 is about the tarot, a journey through archetypes. It's all about understanding the symbolism and use of the tarot cards in divination. Episode 9 is about astrology, mapping the cosmos. Episode 10 is about the Kabbalah, mysticism, and magic. Episode 11, Eastern mysticism, Hinduism, and Buddhism. Episode 12, the power of symbols and sigils. Episode 13 is about rituals and ceremonies. Episode 14 is about the role of deities and spirits. Episode 15 is all about the ethics of magic and spellcasting. Episode 16 is about modern witchcraft and paganism. Episode 16 is about modern witchcraft and paganism. Episode 17 is about mystical experiences and altered states. Episode 18 is all about healing and energy work. Episode 19 is about protection and banishing spells. Episode 20 is about divination and prophecy. And episode 21, we're going to do a wrap up and a summary of the first 20 episodes, and then we will delve into the next 20 episodes. And so that's enough, you guys, for us to cover some very informative, enlightening episodes, topics that will help us with our introduction. And this show is about any level. And so if you are a seasoned occultist or esoteric practitioner, you can still learn information from this show because knowledge is forever flowing and it's forever out there, and the limits of knowledge has never been set and no one has ever reached it. And so that's the words of the ancient ancestors. And so we should always be willing to learn and to share our knowledge. And so, again, episode 21 will be a summary and wrap up of the first 20 episodes, and then we'll delve into our um, second portion of the episodes, and I'll give you guys a list of the topics that we will be covering in the next 20 episodes. And so I want to thank you again for joining me on this mystical journey. And remember to subscribe, rate, and follow us on social media so that you can stay updated on our explorations into the occult, the unknown, and into mysticism. I really look forward to delving into these fascinating topics with you. Let's move right along into today's introductory episode where we will be diving into just I'm really giving today in episode 1, this is just like an overview of some of the things that we will be discussing ongoing. And so right now I'm going to discuss the alchemical art of transformation. Alchemy is often perceived merely as the attempt to turn lead into gold, as it's far richer and more profound. Its origin traces back to ancient Egypt, where practitioners known as alchemists worked in the shadows of temples and places. The emerald tablet, attributed to the legendary Hermes Trismegistus, a syncretic figure combining elements of the Greek god Hermes and the Egyptian god Thoth, contains the foundational alchemical axiom, as above, so below. This phrase emphasizes the interconnectedness of the macrocosm and the microcosm, reflecting the spiritual principle that what occurs on one level of reality also occurs on every other level. The spiritual dimension of alchemy is often overlooked. In medieval Europe, alchemists such as Para, Paraculus, or I always stumble over his name, Paracelsus, 1493 to 1541, and later Isaac Newton, 1643 to 1727, they sought not only to for material transformation but also spiritual enlightenment. They believed that through the purification and transformation of substances, they could likewise purify and transform the soul. In everyday life, the principles of alchemy encourage us to seek inner transformation by confronting our base instincts and impurities. We can strive towards spiritual enlightenment and personal growth. The alchemical journey teaches us that true gold is found within. The belief in the power of words to affect reality and the sacredness of the power of words and spell casting is also a practice that's steeped in history and shrouded in mystery, but it's also a part of the alchemical process of mysticism and occultism. The belief in the power of words to affect reality can be traced back to ancient civilizations in ancient Egypt or Kemet. The concept of Heka encompassed both the practice of magic and the divine force itself. The Egyptian Book of the Dead, dating back to around 1550 BCE, contains numerous spells that are designed to guide the deceased through the afterlife. Each word was believed to hold power, shaping the reality of the afterlife for the soul. Moving forward in time, the Greco Roman world offers the Greek magical papyri, a collection of texts from the 2nd century BCE to the 5th century CE. These texts include spells, incantations, and magical rituals that illustrate the deep seated belief in the power of spoken and written words. In modern magical practices, words continue to be central. Spell casting in Wicca, for instance, often involves the recitation of rhyming couplets, invocations, and prayers. These are not just mere words, but are seen as conduits of energy, carefully chosen to align with the practitioner's intent and the universal forces. The use of affirmations and positive declarations in everyday life can be seen as a form of spell casting. By consciously choosing our words, we can influence our thoughts, emotions, and even the world around us. The rituals of ancient religions and their modern echoes. Rituals have always been a cornerstone of religious and magical practices. The rich tapestry of rituals in ancient religions and their lasting impact is still seen on us today in contemporary society and contemporary magical practices. In ancient Mesopotamia, priests performed intricate rituals to communicate with the gods and goddesses and ensure the prosperity of their class states. And these rituals, often inscribed on clay tablets, date back to as early as 3000 BCE and include offerings, prayers, and incantations that are designed to invoke divine favor. In ancient Greece, the Eleusinian, Eleusinian mysteries held annually in honor of Demeter and Persephone were highly secretive religious rites that promise initiates deeper spiritual insight and a better afterlife. These mysteries celebrated for over 1,000 years from approximately 1500 BCE to 392 CE combine ritual, drama, and initiatory practices. The continuity of these ancient rituals is evident in modern magical practices today. Contemporary paganism and Wicca often draw on these ancient traditions, incorporating elements such as sacred circles, invocations of deities, and seasonal celebrations. The wheel of the year in Wicca, for instance, mirrors the agricultural and solar cycles observed in ancient rituals. In our everyday lives, rituals help us create a sense of structure and meaning. Whether it's a morning meditation, lighting a candle for intention, setting a celebration, or celebrating the phases of the moon. These practices connect us to something greater and foster a sense of continuity with ancient traditions. The mystical art of divination. Divination is a practice that bridges the seen and unseen worlds, providing insights into the past, present, and future. Divination has been practiced in various forms across cultures and epochs. The ancient Chinese practice of I Ching, or Book of Changes, dates back to the Western Zhou period, 1046 to 771 BCE. It involves casting yarrow sticks or coins to create hexagrams, which are then interpreted to provide guidance and wisdom. The I Ching is not just a divination tool, but a philosophical text reflecting deep cosmological principles. In ancient Greece, the Oracle of Delphi was renowned as a center for divination. From the 8th century BCE to the 4th century CE, the Pathia, or priestesses, would enter a trance state and deliver prophetic messages believed to be inspired by Apollo. These oracular pronouncements influenced many critical decisions in Greek history. The tarot, with its origins in 15th century Italy, has become one of the most popular tools for divination. Each card in the tarot deck carries the different symbolic meanings, allowing practitioners to tap into their intuition and receive guidance. In modern life, divination tools like the tarot, astrology, and runes are used to gain insight into personal challenges, relationships, and future possibilities. These practices remind us that the universe is interconnected and that we have access to deeper wisdom beyond our conscious mind. The magic of the everyday life. Magic and the occult and spell casting can be woven into the fabric of our lives and every day on a daily basis. It can enrich our experiences and deepen our connection to the world around us. Magic, in its essence, is about intention and transformation. This idea is vividly illustrated in the ancient Hindu tradition of using mantras. Dating back over 3,000 years, the Vedas are filled with sacred chants and hymns that practitioners use to invoke divine energies and manifest their desires. The Gayatri mantra, that's one of my favorite mantras in the entire world. It really is, other than Om. But The Gayatri Mantra, for example, is a powerful incantation for enlightenment and spiritual awakening. In ancient Rome, everyday life was infused with magical practices. The Romans used amulets, talisman, and household deities, Lares and Penates, to protect their homes and ensure prosperity. These practices were not seen as separate from religion, but were integrated into daily routines and rituals. In the medieval period, grimoires or magical books such as the Keys of Solomon provided instructions for creating talisman, invoking spirits, and performing spells. These texts influenced both magical and religious practices, demonstrating the fluid boundaries between the two. Today, many of us engage in simple magical practices without even realizing it. Making a wish while blowing out birthday candles, wearing a lucky charm, or setting intentions during the new moon are all forms of magic. These everyday acts of spell casting help us connect with our intentions and the energies around us, bringing a sense of wonder and purpose in our lives. The origins of magical arts and spell casting. The origins of these arts can be traced back to ancient civilizations and intertwined with religious and spiritual practices historically. Where the boundaries between religion and spirituality meet, magic and spirituality and religion were fluid and interconnected. In ancient Egypt or Kemet, for instance, it's renowned for its rich traditions of magic and spell casting. The ancient Egyptians believed in the power of Heka, a force that was considered both a god and a magical energy that permeated the universe. Heka was used in various rituals and spells to invoke divine assistance, protect against harm, and ensure health and prosperity. One of the oldest known collections of magical spells is the Coffin text, dating back to around 2100 BCE. That's before any civilization other than the ancient Egyptians. 2100 BCE, that's like back in the day. So these spells within the coffin text include incantations for the deceased to navigate the afterlife. Ancient Greece also contributed significantly to the development of magical arts. The Greek magical papyri, a collection of texts from the 2nd century BCE to the 5th century CE, contain a wealth of spells, rituals, and incantations. These texts blend Egyptian, Greek, and Roman magical traditions, reflecting the syncretic nature of the Hellenistic world. The concept of logos, or the power of the spoken word, was central to Greek magical practices, emphasizing the belief that words and names had intrinsic power. In Judaism, the mystical tradition of Kabbalah includes various forms of magical practices. The Sephar, Yetzirah, one of the oldest Kabbalistic texts, dates back to the early century CE and describes the creation of the universe through the manipulation of letters and sounds. This text has influenced many magical traditions, highlighting the profound connection between language, creation, and magic. Magic and religion, a symbolic relationship. Magic and religion have often been seen as complementary rather than opposing forces. In many ancient cultures, religious rituals and magical practices were deeply intertwined. Priests and magicians were often one and the same, using their knowledge of the spiritual world to influence the physical realm. Christianity has its own complex relationship with magic. While the early Christian church often condemned magical practices as heretical, many Christian traditions have incorporated elements of magic. The grimoire of Pope Honorius the grimoire of Pope Honorius. My apologies, you guys. I am still healing from that oral surgery, so sometimes I have these paraphrases or slips of my tongue because my mouth is still a tad bit sore. The grimoire of Pope Honorius, a medieval text attributed to Pope Honorius III or the Third is a notable example of a Christian magical manual. It contains rituals and invocations intended to summon angels and divine forces for protection and guidance. In Islam, the mystical tradition of Sufism includes various forms of magical practices. Sufi mystics use talismans, amulets, and specific prayers to seek divine intervention and protection. The Book of Raziel, an Islamic grimoire, dates back to the medieval period and contains a wide range of magical spells and practices. Hinduism and Buddhism also have rich traditions of magical practices. In Hinduism, the use of mantras, yantras, which are geometric diagrams, and rituals to invoke deities and influence reality is well documented in texts like the Atharva Veda, one of the oldest scriptures dating back to around 1200 BCE. In Buddhism, especially in the Tibetan tradition, magic and spirituality are closely linked, with lamas and monks performing rituals to protect against negative forces and ensure spiritual progress. So, why are so many people afraid of the occult and the word occult, which only means hidden sciences? That's the question that I pose to you. Moving right along to the next segment: magic, spirituality, and everyday life. Magic and spirituality are not confined to ancient texts and religious rituals. They permeate everyday life in various forms. For many, the practice of magic is a way to connect with the spiritual world and harness its energies for personal and communal benefit. In modern paganism and Wicca, spellcasting and magical rituals are central practices. These traditions draw on ancient knowledge and adapt it to contemporary contexts. Spells for healing, protection, love, and prosperity are common, and practitioners often use tools such as candles, herbs, crystals, and wands to focus their intentions. New Age movements also embrace magical practices, often blending elements from various traditions. Techniques such as crystal healing, energy work, and affirmations are popular, reflecting a holistic approach to spirituality that emphasizes personal empowerment and the interconnectedness of all things. In everyday life, people may engage in simple forms of magic without even realizing it. Practices such as making a wish while blowing out birthday candles, carrying a lucky charm, or writing down goals and intentions are all forms of magical thinking that highlight the enduring presence of these ancient practices in our lives. The importance of know thyself in magical practices. At the heart of all magical practices is the ancient Egyptian principle from ancient Kemet: know thyself. This dictum, inscribed at the temple of Apollo in Delphi and echoed in the teachings of ancient Kemet, underscores the importance of self awareness and inner exploration. In the context of magic and the occult, knowing oneself is essential for several reasons. First, it allows the practitioner to understand their true will and intentions, which is crucial for effective spell casting. A clear and focused mind is more likely to manifest desired outcomes. Second, self knowledge helps practitioners navigate the spiritual and magical realms with greater confidence and discernment. Understanding one's strengths, weaknesses, and motivations can protect against potential pitfalls and misuses of power. Finally, the pursuit of self knowledge aligns with the ultimate goal of many magical traditions: spiritual enlightenment and union with the divine. By delving into the depths of their own consciousness, practitioners can unlock their inner divinity and achieve a deeper connection with the universe. Magic spellcasting and the occult offer a rich and complex tapestry that has woven through humanity history, religion, and everyday life. From the ancient civilizations of Kemet and Greece to the mystical traditions of Judaism, Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, and Buddhism, these practices have shaped our understanding of the spiritual world and our place within it. As we continue to explore these ancient arts, let us remember the importance of self awareness and inner exploration. By knowing ourselves, we can harness the true power of magic and achieve greater spiritual fulfillment. I want to thank you for joining me on this introductory episode of Enchanted Echoes. This is a mystical journey, and don't forget to subscribe, rate, and follow us on social media to stay updated on our explorations into the unknown. I encourage you to join me next time as we delve into the mysteries of alchemy and its quest for transformation and enlightenment every Friday afternoon. Today, we delved into the foundations of occult history and understanding occultism. I gave a brief history of occultism from ancient Egypt or ancient Africa or Kemet, where our journey began in the land of the pharaohs in ancient Egypt and their practice of magic, which was known as Heka. And then we discuss ancient Greece and Rome, moving forward to the classical world where we encountered the Greek magical papyri. We also discussed the Middle Ages and the Renaissance, in which during the Middle Ages, European occultism was heavily influenced by the Hermetic tradition. And then we delved into the modern occultism in the 19th and 20th centuries. Occultism experienced a revival with the rise of movements such as Theosophy, the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, and the teachings of figures like Aleister Crowley and Bobby Hemmett. These modern occultists sought to systematize and expand on ancient esoteric knowledge, making it accessible to a wider audience. And so you may be asking, what's the significance of occultism? Why is occultism significant? And what draws people to these hidden arts? For spiritual exploration, many occult seekers feel that occultism offers a path to spiritual exploration and enlightenment. It provides them with tools and practices to connect with the divine and understand themselves and explore the deeper mysteries of existence. And many seek it for personal empowerment. Occultism offers a sense of personal empowerment by learning to harness unseen forces and energies. Many individuals can influence their own lives and the world around them. And cultural and historical insight. Studying occultism also provides valuable cultural and historical insights. It can reveal how different societies have understood and interacted with the spiritual realm, reflecting broader cultural beliefs and values from the rituals of ancient Egypt to the magical practices of the Renaissance. Occultism offers a unique window into human history and mystery and wonder. Finally, the allure of the occult lies in its mystery and wonder. In a world where much is explained by science and technology, the occult reminds us that there are still hidden realms and unknown forces waiting to be discovered. It keeps the sense of mystery alive and encourages the spirit of curiosity. And so, as we conclude our first episode today, I hope this introduction to occultism has sparked your curiosity and provided a foundation for our journey ahead. Occultism is a vast, fascinating field that's rich with history, mystery, and profound insights into the nature of reality and the human spirit. Again, I want to thank you for tuning in, and may your path be illuminated by the echoes of the enchanted world. Join us next time on Enchanted Echoes, where we will be unlocking more of the mysteries of occultism, and we will be delving into the signs and symbols of occultism, taking a deep dive into specific aspects of occultism, the hermetic principles, discussing my journey and a memorable experience that I had, which drew me into the field of occultism. And so, you guys don't want to miss next week's episode. We'll also be starting off with a summary and wrap up. Well, it's the summary wrap up of today's episode. So, what I'll do is piggyback off on the introductory episode, and then we'll delve into episode one. I'll do a little bit more of the history and give a little bit more of the background of occultism and alchemy, and then we'll dive more into episode two. Again, you guys, let me do this announcement before I wrap up. I think I'm going to share, let me see, I think I'll go ahead on and share my story about why I got in. And I want to give you guys what prompted me to get into the study of occultism, esoteric studies, and magic. It was not only the foundations of ancient Kemet or ancient Africa, but for me personally, I wanted the connection with my ancient ancestors. And as many of you all may or may not know, um, it gets pretty hard for African Americans, especially those who have connections with the mid Atlantic slave trade, those of us who are spread throughout the diaspora, to make those connections with our ancestors. And so once I connected with my great grandmother who was from West Africa, then that made me just be more interested with the African cultural aspects of life. And from that, I found out that ancient Egypt was actually a part of Africa, or is part of Africa, and that ancient Egypt was not known as ancient Egypt, but it actually was known as Kemet. That really piqued my curiosity. And then once I started studying about Kemet and ancient Egypt, I learned more about the gods and goddesses, and I stumbled across the word Heka. And I learned that Heka was not only words that we speak, but it's also God, an energy and that we can connect with. And so that piqued my mystery. And moving right along in my life, I got ordained as a minister. And once I got ordained as a minister, that made me delve more into the mysteries of mysticism and of occultism. And as of yet, you guys, I honestly say that I've ran into some things that kind of made me say, whoa, but I have not ran into anything that have scared me to the point to where I don't want to keep on seeking. And I love to have other people who um, are willing to seek with me. And so before we go, I want to take a deeper dive into one specific aspect of occultism, and that's the Hermetic principles, because I think the Hermetic principles are very important. And Hermes Trismegistus, or Thoth, or Dwahudi, his name is Dwahudi in ancient Africa or ancient Kemet. He's Thoth in Greek, and he's Hermes Trismegistus um, in Rome. These principles derive from the teachings of him. As a foundation, he is known as the creator of magic, man of writing. But the foundation of many of the occult practices come from the seven major principles of Hermes, or Dwahudi, or Thoth. And they are mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, and gender. And these offer a framework for understanding the universe and our place within it. So we'll be exploring each of these principles in future episodes. But for now, I just want to say, I want to touch base on mentalism, the idea that the all is mind, the universe is mental. This principle suggests that reality is shaped by our thoughts and perceptions, a concept echoed in modern ideas about the power of positive thinking and manifestation. We will be having interactive segments beginning with episode 2 for those listeners who are interested. But I do offer a subscription plan, and I'm thrilled to announce the launch of Enchanted Echoes subscription plan. It's designed to bring you closer to the magic, wisdom, and mysteries as we explore each episode. And as a subscriber, you'll unlock access to exclusive benefits that's crafted for those eager to deepen their journey beyond the ordinary. And you can choose from 3 tiers. The Seeker's Circle is the first tier. It's early access to bonus content and exclusive Q&A sessions with me, Dr. Jacque. Or tier 2, the Mystic's Path. All Seeker Circles benefits comes with this. Plus, you get guided meditations, access to a private Discord, Enchanted Echoes community, and behind the scenes insights. And then there's tier 3, the Enchanted Elite. You get everything from the Mystic's Path, plus live workshops, downloadable resources, and quarterly events with special guests. And so join us and join one of these subscription plans. You can join our private Discord community. Every subscriber on the Mystic's Path and above will be welcome into our exclusive Discord space, a place for meaningful conversations, reflection, and learning with other spiritual explorers. You'll have opportunities to discuss episodes, share insights, and connect directly with Dr. Jackie or me and our incredible community. I encourage you to embrace this journey with us and visit our page on YouTube. It's under Awakenings, to choose the subscription that resonates with you and let Enchanted Echoes become your guide into the unknown. And you can also visit the Enchanted Echoes Discord page to become a member. Another breakdown of the three tiers or the Seeker Circle is $5 a month. This is where you can step into the journey with early episode access, exclusive Q&A sessions with me, Dr. Jackie, and monthly bonus content. It's perfect for those who are ready to start exploring beyond the ordinary. And then there's the Mystic's Path. It's $10 a month. This is where you can deepen your experience with guided meditations, behind the scenes content, and access our private Discord community. Connect with other seekers and dive deeper into each episode's mystical themes. And then there's the Enchanted Elite, $20 a month. You can join the inner circle, enjoy live monthly workshops, quarterly virtual events, and exclusive downloadable resources to enhance your spiritual journey. This is designed for the dedicated explorer that's ready to transform their journey. I want to thank you guys so very much again for joining me. And again, I encourage you to join the Enchanted Elite today and unlock a world of exclusive insights, mystical resources, and live interactive sessions with me. From early access and guided meditations to live workshops and community events, each tier is crafted to bring you closer to the secrets and symbols that shape our spiritual world. Step beyond the ordinary and into the extraordinary with Enchanted Echoes. And with that said, you guys, I am going to conclude and wrap up. So, as we wrap up our first episode, I hope you've gained a deeper understanding of what occultism is and why it continues to captivate so many. Join me next time as we explore the mystical world of alchemy and its quest for transformation and enlightenment. And don't forget to subscribe, rate, and follow me on social media and join our Discord group, Enchanted Echoes, to stay updated on our journey into the mystical and the unknown. Until next time, may your path be illuminated and your spirit ever curious. Unlock a deeper journey into the mystical with Enchanted Echoes. Until next time, peace and light.